Welcome in, folks. I am the man behind the IT Prods YouTube channel here. I am Jason, and we're just gonna go over my IT journey right here. Of course, I've posted a bunch of cloud projects on this channel, but we're gonna go straight to the beginning. So as of now, I've got 4 industry certifications: the Network Plus, Security Plus, the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, the AZ900, and might as well throw in the Google IT Support Certificate and the Google Cybersecurity Certificate. But folks, every road starts somewhere, and it all started at CourseCareers. One day, I think it was in 2022, I was doing a normal search of the internet as I usually do, and I came across CourseCareers, no affiliates, nothing like that. I took a look and I saw that it was an IT course, and I was like, I had thought a couple times, passing thoughts in my head, that I liked IT, and since I use a computer every day, I was like, might want to revisit that. Took a look at the course, saw it was $500. I was like, that's a lot for one person to spend one time, but you know the phrase, you gotta spend money to make money. And I thought, if I go through this, get the content, I can probably make something out of it. So I bought the course. I might have gotten 10% off or something like that. It could have been some kind of promotion that I found either on the site or somewhere else. But bought the course. I immediately went to it. I saw Josh Madiker, and I was like, what an interesting looking fellow. I want to say that the nicest way I can, obviously. No shade at all. He's a great dude. His course was excellent. His course really was. And it went into depth on, obviously, networking, switches, all the hardware, the software, IP addresses, and all of that. His course was very well rounded with that, plus the projects obviously was huge, and the interview questions as well, the resume building. It was basically a class that gives you everything that you need to know and need to have in order to get a job. It's very straightforward. As I said before, the IT certifications that I do have, it does not include A+. We'll get to that in a little bit, because it's just a bit too broad, in my opinion. Especially after I got the job, I thought, no need to get A+. However, there are 2 big things that I got as a takeaway from CourseCareers. Number 1 was the interview questions, the interview simulation at the end that he did. Obviously, when you go into an interview, you can't extrapolate or prepare for every question that you may get in a job interview. But when it comes to the hard skills and all of that, and the soft skills as well, he was able to simulate a bunch of those to perfection, to be honest with you. And I think I did the course in 2022. In 2024, you've got a lot more resources to use as well. ChatGPT for supplementation on that as well. So, and when it comes to interviews as well, you want to transition interviews to make it go from it being more of a back and forth interrogation type thing to it being more of a conversation. And that's what I did when I got the interview to the job that I have right now, which I'll get into in a bit. But number 2, and the biggest thing with this CourseCareers course, is the IT projects. That is huge, especially if you have not had an IT job yet, because everybody wants experience, obviously. But if you have no work experience, you have to manufacture that experience. And CourseCareers did a very good job of doing that. The project that I decided to do was on OS Ticket, and that was the first project that I put into my LinkedIn, basically building OS Ticket from the ground up and making mock tickets of what end users would do, basically simulating that. reporting back to the user on your progress, and also saving internal notes. Those two things are very big. But also the biggest thing, which I wish that I did as a project for my LinkedIn, was Active Directory. AD. You're going to be using that every day if you get a help desk job. All right, so you've got to know Active Directory. And his Active Directory lab, or project rather, was huge because, as I remember it, it went in depth of all the functionalities of Active Directory, how to download it, how to activate users, create users, disable users, reset passwords, which is what you're going to do in help desk all the time. So you need to know Active Directory, make a project based on that if you do the CourseCareers course, but that is huge. So now let's get to the time that I did get the job. Now, what I will say, I'll be very transparent about this, is that at the time that I got the job, I actually did not finish CourseCareers yet, although I did put it on my resume. Now, I guess that's bad practice or whatever. I remember Josh was talking about this before in some way. Maybe it was bad practice, but I was still doing the course, or it was in progress, and I retained enough of the course to be able to start applying, get a job. Don't wait, guys. I see a lot of people on LinkedIn going to WGU, they are doing a boot camp, or they're doing something else, learning. Listen, apply while you learn. It's those failed interviews that will give you more confidence as time goes on. So as I said before, you want interviews to be a bit more conversational than it just being an interrogation. And when I got hired for the help desk job that I'm at right now, it was a 3-stage interview. First was on the phone, and it was exactly that. It was an interrogation. After a while, I was talking with the hiring manager. We were talking about technical stuff and soft skills as well, and it felt like a conversation as if we were friends from before. And also, I know that it's a tough market out there, folks, but you've got to go into some of these situations as if you have nothing to lose. All right. And with that one, I was like, if I get the job, great. If I don't get it, there's always another opportunity. And I've had a few interviews where, I thought I did well and didn't get the job, or I may have bombed and gotten nervous during it. But you've got to go into it as if you've been there before. Very important. So I ended up getting the job, and I don't want to say the exact number for now, but I want to say, if my math is correct, I make about 60% more than I did in my previous job. Because before, I was at FedEx, and then I was at Amazon, and then I got this job, made about 60% more money. And they do say more money, more problems, but in this case, it was more money, less problems. So I've been there for about a year, but here's the thing, folks, right? So the number one thing that the hiring manager highlighted, and my supervisors keep highlighting this as well, is that I'm self-taught and I continue to learn beyond my work, right? So the hiring manager at the time also told me that he was a self-starter, and he saw that in me, and I've continued to learn IT as time has gone on, which is referenced by the 4 certifications that I do have, plus CourseCareers, plus some of the Google ones. So it's not just enough, folks, to finish a cert and be like, oh, that's it, put it in my resume, and we're done learning. No, you've got to continue to grind. You got to continue to learn. Make some projects, put it on your resume, put it on your LinkedIn, because that'll only help you in the long run. So CourseCareers was the step number 1 in my start in IT. Josh Madiker had an excellent course. I'm actually enrolled in this leveled cybersecurity course, which I actually have to get back into. I've had that in limbo for a bit too long. But yeah, every journey has its first, and CourseCareers was definitely my first. And I'd like to shout out Josh Madiker, obviously, for catching my eye and giving me that first opportunity to learn IT. And now everything's different. Everything's on the up and up, and I love where my life's going. This is Jason. This is the IT Proj YouTube channel. We'll see you for more projects in a little bit.